The Galactic Council's archives contained one entry that every species learned by heart: Warning Protocol 7 Alpha, Humans of Sol 3. Avoid all hostile contact. Historical precedent 847 Extinct civilizations. Commander Zethkar of the Vorthak Empire dismissed it as propaganda. His mandibles clicked with amusement as he reviewed the file on his bridge's holographic display. The Vorthak had conquered 17 systems in the past decade. Their biomechanical warships were feared across 3 spiral arms. What could one primitive species possibly do? Humans, he sneered to his tactical officer, barely achieved faster than light travel 50 Earth years ago. Their ships are crude metal constructs. Their weapons? Chemical propellants and basic energy weapons. Subcommander Malik's carapace shifted nervously. Sir, the Council's data suggests. The Council fears their own shadows, Zethkar interrupted. Deploy the Harvester fleet. We'll strip their worlds bare and add their biomatter to our reserves. 3 days later, the Vorthak Armada materialized at the edge of Earth's solar system. 50 bioships, each the size of a small moon, their organic hulls pulsing with bioluminescent weapon arrays. They had devastated countless worlds with this same formation. The human response was underwhelming. 12 ships emerged from Luna's shadow. Sleek, angular vessels that looked almost fragile compared to the Vorthak behemoths. No warnings were broadcast. No demands for surrender. The humans simply opened fire. Zethkar watched in disbelief as his flagship's bio-armor began dissolving. The human weapons weren't energy beams or kinetic projectiles. They were something else entirely, streams of what appeared to be liquid darkness that ate through Vorthak hull matter, like acid through paper. Impossible, he roared. Bio-armor regenerates faster than any known weapon can damage it. His science officer's voice crackled with panic. Sir, their weapons are disrupting molecular bonds at the quantum level. Our regeneration systems can't adapt to. The transmission cut as 3 more Vorthak ships simply ceased. Not destroyed, not exploded. They flickered out of existence, as if reality had forgotten they were ever there. In the depths of UNOOSA Command, beneath Geneva, Admiral Sarah Chen watched the engagement through quantum-linked sensors. Her weathered face showed no emotion as she observed the alien fleet's confusion. Temporal displacement torpedoes functioning within parameters, reported Lieutenant Morrison. Enemy vessels are being shifted 0.3 seconds out of phase with local spacetime. Acknowledged. Begin Phase 2. The 12 human ships suddenly became 60. Then 300. Each new vessel was identical to the originals, arriving from slightly different temporal vectors. The Vorthak found themselves surrounded by ships that existed in multiple time streams simultaneously. Commander Zethkar's remaining forces tried to retreat, but discovered their faster-than-light drives were no longer functioning. Space itself seemed to be contracting around them, creating a pocket of normal space-time from which escape was impossible. How are they doing this? Malik whispered, his biomechanical implants sparking with feedback from the failing ship systems. Zethkar had no answer. In 1,000 campaigns, the Vorthak had never encountered technology that simply ignored the fundamental laws of physics. Their bioships were evolutionary marvels, grown and bred for warfare over millennia. Yet these humans were treating them like primitive sailing vessels in a hurricane. The final phase began without ceremony. The human ships didn't fire conventional weapons this time. Instead, they transmitted a signal that penetrated the Vorthak bioship's neural networks. Every organic component of their fleet suddenly received the same message, embedded directly into their genetic structure. It was a memory. Not data, not information, but an actual lived experience, copied from human consciousness and forced into the Vorthak biomatter. They experienced, with perfect clarity, what it felt like to be human during the species' darkest hours. The trenches of World War I, the nuclear fire of Hiroshima, the gas chambers of the Holocaust, the killing fields of Cambodia, Rwanda, Syria, Ukraine. But more than just the horrors, they experienced the human response to these atrocities. The absolute, unwavering determination to ensure such things never happened again. The way humans could channel their as his command ship's systems failed around him, Zethkar finally understood the Council's warning. It wasn't about human technology or military might. It was about human nature itself. Humans didn't just fight to win, they fought to ensure their enemies could never threaten anyone again. The last thing he saw was a human face on his communication screen. Admiral Chen looked tired, almost sad. "We tried to warn you," she said softly. "Every species gets one chance to walk away. You had yours 50 years ago, when you first detected our signals. The Council's warning exists because we've learned that peace through strength only works when the strength is so absolute that no one dares test it." The Vorthak Empire's homeworld received their fleet's final transmission 6 hours later. It contained no military intelligence, no tactical data, no warnings about human capabilities. It was simply a recording of Zethkar's last words: "Tell the young ones. Some prey are actually predators waiting for you to make the first move." By the time the message arrived, human ships were already dismantling Vorthak military installations throughout their territory. Not through conquest or occupation, but through the simple expedient of making their weapons forget they had ever existed. The Galactic Council updated their archives that day. Warning Protocol 7 Alpha now read 848 extinct civilizations. Admiral Chen stood in her garden that evening, watching Earth's sunset paint the sky in shades of amber and gold. Her grandson played nearby, laughing as he chased butterflies through the roses. In the distance, construction continued on humanity's newest deep space exploration vessels ships, designed to seek out new worlds, new species, new opportunities for peaceful contact. Humanity had learned, through centuries of internal conflict, that the best way to ensure peace was to make war too terrible to contemplate. They had become gardeners of the galaxy, tending to it with the gentle hand of those who understood, better than anyone, the true cost of violence. The stars above held infinite possibilities. Most of them, Admiral Chen knew, would choose wisdom over aggression when they truly understood what humans were capable of. The few who didn't would simply cease to be a problem. That was the human way: nurture what could grow, remove what threatened the garden's peace. It was a simple philosophy that had served them well since they first looked up at the night sky and wondered what waited among the stars. They had found their answer, and in finding it, had ensured the galaxy would remain a place where such wondering could continue for generations to come.